Good afternoon and welcome everyone. I'm Danielle White, Vice President for Institutional Advancement, and I have been blessed to be a part of this college for over 16 years. And days like today, celebrating our hard work, make it all worth it. So welcome to this special groundbreaking ceremony in the beginning of the construction of the truck and diesel technician facility expansion to allow 40 more students, 120 in total, to be a part of this incredible program. We will also highlight our plans to expand the heavy equipment operations program the same. Before we get started, I'd like to acknowledge some of our special guests joining us today. George Getges, President of the Educational Foundation. Carrie Redmond, College Council Member. Jonna Ann, Executive Director of ACES. Fred Thompson, Vice President of LaChase Construction. Zach Towner, Project Superintendent of LaChase Construction. Chris Bond, President of Hunt Engineering. Greg Barr, Vice President of Hunt Engineers. Craig Bartlett of Matco. Brooke Harris, Allegheny County Legislative Chair. Courtney Ball from Senator Gillibrand's office. Felieve Palmer, Regional Development Specialist for the Southern Tier West ARC. Jody Miller, Wellsville native and major donor, and his family, including his mother, Wilda, his brother, Norm. John Coughlin, recently retired president and current senior advisor of Linder Industrial Machinery. Matthew Hopkins and Derek Decker from Belmont BOCES. Ashley Smith, Director of Economic Development for Allegheny County. Christina Lopez, Deputy Director of Workforce Development, Office of Strategic Workforce. Jim Helms, President of U of R Jones Memorial Hospital and Vice President of the Alfred State College Development Fund Board. Casey and Charlie Joyce, community icons, business leaders, and Educational Foundation board members, and major community supporters. And of course, former First Lady Mary Huntington. We are so happy to have you all with us here today. Now I would like to introduce Dr. Carrie Coakley, Vice President for Academic Affairs, to talk more about our project. Carrie?
Thank you, Danielle. Good afternoon, everyone. I went back in our history books, and I believe that our truck and diesel technician major was first registered with SUNY as an educational program in 1981. Since that time, our enrollment in the major has grown to approximately 80 students a year, with many years seeing a wait list of incoming students hoping to join our program. In June of 2006, the college registered our heavy equipment operations program with SUNY, and this program has grown to approximately 70 students each year enrolled. In addition to increasing enrollment, these programs see results for our students. With 100% of heavy equipment operations students and 97% of truck and diesel students reporting employment or that they're pursuing continuing education following graduation. This is a testament to our faculty and staff in these programs, as well as to the dedication of our students. So I know there's a whole bunch of them behind me, and I just fell off my step because I didn't pull it out all the way. If we can give a round of applause to our faculty and staff and students. So today we build upon these successes of both the truck and diesel and heavy equipment programs with not only the expansion of our physical space, but also enhancements to our equipment, additional faculty and staff to support our students, and the creation of 7 new micro-credentials in the truck and diesel field. If you're interested in learning more about them, there's a table right there with our staff to tell you more. These expansions allow Alfred State to help address the main challenge for construction and building trades in Western New York, the need for additional qualified workers. Labor projections for the region show a demand for over 20,000 more workers in construction equipment mechanics and heavy equipment operations by the end of the decade. Our programs in these fields reflect this, experiencing an 18% growth in the past 5 years. The expansion project will provide an additional 10,000 square feet to our Wellsville campus, including the addition of bays, teaching space, and new equipment to facilitate state-of-the-art teaching and learning. It will also enable us to graduate 125 more trained heavy equipment and heavy operation technicians a year, boosting workforce development and meeting employer demands in the construction, building trades, agriculture, and clean energy fields. We're extremely excited to see the growth in our programs and are also very grateful to all of our donors and the grant funding from both Empire State Development and the Appalachian Regional Commission that have made these projects possible. I'll now introduce College President Steve Morrow to tell you a little more about our vision and our project donors.
Thank you, Carrie. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
It's a great afternoon for us. I mean, despite the weather, because we're here to put shovels in the ground to commemorate the beginning of a new project that will add nearly 10,000 square feet of space for use in our truck and diesel program. This group here was one of the first to welcome me to the Wellsville campus, letting me know the many great things that happen in their curriculum, and also asking me, what am I going to do to make their program even better? Which is really impressive considering how great the program already is. Now, I know nothing about trucks and diesel engines, but the students explain what they are doing to me with such great excitement and zeal that I've picked up a few things along the way. In particular, I've learned how a combustion engine works. So for those of you who don't have the pleasure of hearing from our students on this, here's my summary. A combustion engine, it works through an initial stroke that draws fuel and air into a cylinder where it's compressed. Then there's a combustion stroke where a spark plug ignites the compressed fuel-air mixture, causing a rapid explosion which pushes the piston down, rotating a crankshaft, creating the mechanical energy needed to move the truck forward. Did I do okay? I'll be happy with a C. Just saying. I do tell you this because I want our students to know that I've listened to them and I've learned a thing or two from them. But also I tell you this because I think this is the perfect analogy of how this project was supported and made possible. It started with an initial stroke. Someone who heard an idea, believed in the idea, and providing the first funding to get the project started. That person was Connie Caputo, an Alfred State Alumni and Developmental Fund Board member, and we are grateful to you, Connie, for believing in us from the very beginning. Thank you. Now, with the initial pin fired, we needed the spark plug to ignite the project. That spark was provided by Jody Miller, a local supporter who grew up in the Wellsville area, who provided us with support to honor his father and to stimulate a collaborative effort that would build off his donation, leading to an explosion of efforts. Thank you, Jody, for that spark. Well, an explosion of efforts we did indeed get. With the initial stroke and the spark ignited, we received additional support from John Coughlin, an alumnus of Alfred State College and former president of Linder Industrial Machinery, who collectively committed $725,000 to the project. Thank you, John, and thank you, Linder, for your incredible support. And these donations allowed us to provide matches to funding opportunities we received from the Appalachian Regional Commission, ARC, in the amount of $2.35 million, which enabled us to purchase 4 heavy equipment simulators, backup power systems, an excavator, a bulldozer, a backhoe, a forklift. I never thought I'd be saying these words as a college president of things that of equipment, learning equipment. But here we are, and that support had made it all possible. Dr. Philippe Palmer, Regional Development Specialist for the Southern Tier, West ARC, is able to join us here. Thank you, Philippe. And importantly, the Empire State Development Fund has invested over $1.5 million in this truck and diesel expansion project. Over $1.25 million will support the physical building expansion, and an additional $250,000 will support the development and teaching of micro-credentials in the areas of rigging and lifting, welding, brakes, emissions, powertrains, HVAC, and transmissions, of which you can learn more right over there at that table. And here with us today, representing the ESD, is Christina Lopez, Deputy Director, Workforce Development, Office of Strategic Workforce Development. Thank you, Christina. And last but not least, the Educational Foundation provided support for design and many other ways for the building of this structure on their property so that we can continue our long collaboration of educating students in the trades on this campus. I'd like to acknowledge the leadership of George Getchis, the President of the Educational Foundation, for his leadership and for joining us here today as well. The result, we have over $5 million now in support to begin this project. Let's give a round of applause to everybody there for that effort. So in other words, the engine is running and our team is ready to go. In this case, our team are the faculty and staff who are going to take this great investment and move the truck forward, expanding our truck and diesel program and continuing to meet workforce needs through the education of students in this important area of need in New York and beyond. Now, please don't ask me to tell you anything else about how trucks and diesel engines work, because that's all I know. But I do know one thing for sure. I do know that this is a great example of how people and groups have supported Alfred State College, and how Alfred State College, in turn, makes great use of this support, providing educational excellence to students. As a testament to this support is part of our fundraising campaign, which will go public this fall, and has already achieved raising over $32 million for the college, an all-time record in fundraising at ASC. These funds will be used to directly support students and programs and continue our own propulsion forward into the next several years. While the weather may be a little bleak, and in some ways so is higher education, Alfred State remains strong. We are on our way to growing enrollment for a third consecutive year and reach our highest enrollment ever of the 21st century. Our career placement rate of students remains the highest that I have ever seen at any college across the nation at 98%. And we have embarked on an aggressive facilities master plan that will continue the momentum like you see here today for our programs in Wellsville, Buffalo, and our Alfred campus. The motor is running and we are speeding forward. And it is all, we are speeding forward, not you all, just to be clear. We are speeding forward, and it's all made possible because of people like you who come out and support our work in the many ways that you do. Thank you so very much for that, and go Pioneers. I would now like to ask Jody Miller to come forward to say a few words related to this project and his amazing support of it. He'll be followed by John Coughlin, who will also speak about his own incredible support. Jody?
Good afternoon. Thanks for sharing a little bit of time with us today. And normally we are the Miller Family Giving Fund are kind of quiet donors, but Danielle has really twisted her arm on this one, so we're thankful for her. And let's see if we can't share a little bit. So when we were asked to speak, it kind of posed a little bit of a dilemma for us, right? And that is, how do we articulate why the fund chose this event, this giving opportunity? And if you think about it, it's really to honor our father and my mother's husband. And it's really easy to honor your parents, right? That's an easy reason to give. But why this opportunity? In a community with this much need, why did we choose this? And hopefully in the next couple of minutes, and I'll be very brief, you'll be able to kind of connect those dots, if you will. So my father, Norman Miller, was born in Portville, not too far away from here. Graduated from Portville High School in '55. Married my mother the same year. And he chose to go to welding school over in Cleveland. Many people know the Lincoln School. And as he recalls, as I recall him telling me, one day he realized, knee-deep in freezing mud, welding patches on a pipeline, that maybe that wasn't exactly the future that he wanted for himself. So he ended up landing a job at what used to be called combustion engineers, air preheater. And he spent his career at air preheater. But it wasn't just the work that he did there. He also raised a family of 4 here in Wellsville, and is, I thought, an integral part, certainly a role model for me in the community. And just working at the preheater was never enough. Work was not a 4-letter word to my father. Work was worth doing, and it meant a lot. So he taught himself the trades, pretty much all of the trades, self-taught man, and ended up building, to my knowledge, 3 homes and 2 churches in the community. So really just a way to improve his life and really our life. And again, that is the epitome of the value of the ethics, morality, of integrity of who he was. When I turned about 13 or 14 years old, he started a company called Miller's Masonry. It was down on Fassett Lane for anyone that was around at that time. I think it was somewhat of a punishment for me because I was the laborer. But he certainly did teach me what work was at that point in time. Just bear with me here, so I'm way ahead of myself. And I can't read what I write to begin with. So in doing that and teaching himself and working the community, what we learned a lot, right? We learned how to work, and we learned what work was. And it also taught us really about what service to others meant. How did you provide a good service? How did you provide a good product? He continued to work for Preheater, actually 35 years, and left as the plant manager. So spent 35 years of his career here in Wellsville, mentoring men, I think. There weren't a lot of women in the place at the time. I don't know if that's changed a lot. But he spent his time doing that. So now, bring ourselves to today. Well, I should put one more thing in, because I think it's really the highlight of the career. Is when he left Preheater, at the age of 59 years old, he still wanted to work, and so he chose the hobby of beekeeping. And that is more work than masonry will ever be, but there is a bit of a joy in it, and I think a little bit of wholesomeness to it as well. So the way that I look at this situation, the way that we kind of as a family look at it, is that my father was very intent on building not just his family, but the community. And the way that I look at this gift is that he had a shared value with this institution. And that is, you build a community one trade at a time. With that, I can hear him in the back of my head saying, enough talking, it's time to get to work. So I certainly appreciate Danielle, President Morrow, guiding us through this process. It's been an interesting journey, and we could not be more proud to support this community through this gift. So thank you very much for indulging me a few moments.
Thank you, Jody, and congratulations to the family. Now I'd like to invite John Coughlin up from Linder Industrial Machinery to say a few words.
You'll have to excuse me. I was advised, that's typical. I was advised on the way down here that they'd like me to say a few words. So, Pioneer proud to be a 1978 graduate from here, from that program. And I can't say enough about what the college did for me to have started out as a technician and end up as CEO of the largest equipment company in the U.S. is just amazing. So ladies and gentlemen, you've got the world at your feet. You can do whatever you like and want to throughout your lives, and a little hard work, a little luck, the world is yours. So again, I can't say enough about the 30 students that we've recruited from this program. We have locations from Washington, D.C. to Miami. And if it wasn't for people like Danielle putting the bug in my ear about 15 years ago, I think it was, to get involved, and it really made me reflect on my life and the important components of my life. And it really made me stand back and look and what played a big important role, and it was certainly this college, the education I got. We're actually across town, a different building, much better, but with the expansion it's going to be incredible. This is going to be a big jump in the technology side, which students need. I'd also like to comment on the fact over the past 3 years since Dr. Morrow has been here, the things he's done, the staff which he has, and the people he's promoted with Jill and Danielle. It's really made a difference in the culture of the college, in my opinion. So I'm very grateful now, as I'm going into the retirement stage, to become more involved with the college on a volunteer basis. I think they want a little more, but I'll do what I can, I promise. But I'm looking forward to it. It'll be summering up here in New York and still wintering in Florida. I'm sorry. So, but then again, I appreciate it. Thank you very much for whoever's contributed and continuing to contribute to this great cause and the entire campus down here. Thank you very much.
And now I'd like to invite Fred Thompson from LaChase Construction.
Thank you, Danielle. Afternoon, everybody. Who was able to, show of hands, be able to go on a tour today? Amazing, right? I mean, unbelievable facilities you folks have. Couldn't be more impressed. The simulators, oh my goodness. I wanted to get in one. I don't know if that's still possible. So. Also, lunch today was amazing. And again, Danielle, you and your team did a wonderful job putting this together. And your staff and the students for lunch. I mean, steak and shrimp. Who does that, right? Come on, you guys really raised the bar today, all right? So with that, for those who don't know who I am, my name is Fred Thompson, Vice President with LaChase Construction, and I'm a 2000 graduate from the Construction Management Program. And our company is going to be the general contractor for this project, and we look forward to the groundbreaking to get this project started on behalf of the college. Our relationship with Alfred State College runs deep. We've had the opportunity over many decades to build many buildings on this campus and the main campus, and we're very proud of the relationships that we've developed with the staff and the greater community, so we really appreciate that. Alfred holds a special place at LaChase. We have so many proud graduates. Our CEO and chairman, Bill Goodrich, myself, our superintendent, Zach Towner. Thank you for coming, Zach. We're all Alfred graduates. We love coming back here to do work on this campus because they're wonderful people, and we see the outcome, right? We also understand the importance of hands-on learning. We are a construction company. This is what we do every day. And we are super proud to be able to support the college to build this new facility to prepare our future generations of skilled tradespeople. So thank you for having us, and we look forward to getting this project started.
And now I'd like to invite Chris Bond, President of Hunt Engineers, to come and say a few words.
I'm going to sub in for Fred. How you doing? I'm Greg Barr. I'm the Vice President of Hunt Engineers and Architects, and it's interesting. I worked for Alfred State College, I think it was 2012, on a master plan, and this is one of the campus we did the master plan for. And I remember talking about this building and the need for it to get bigger. Now I stand here now and I look at that, and this is actually a reality. So my role on the job is I was actually the project manager. I ran the design team. We put together the plans for the bid. Bid it twice, which is, sometimes happens. But we're really excited that this is going to go on, because every time I've been in this building, it's full, right? And it's full of kids, it's full of machines. Everywhere you walk, you have to walk over something. 10,000 square feet is going to make a huge difference with this building and this program. And I can just say personally, I'm really happy to have been involved with it, as well as involved with the college and a lot of the other stuff that they're doing here locally in the town with some of the homes that they build and some of the other development that they do. So I'm just glad to be here, and thanks for the opportunity.
Okay, now I'd like to call up Dr. Morrow, Dr. Coakley, Fred Thompson, Felive, Christina, Jody, George, John, Chris, all to come up. And let's do the groundbreaking.
Ready? On the count of three, we'll all do a quick shovel in. Try not to get each other dirty. 1, 2, 3.